So first off, I was a little confused. Was the issue with the DLC4 Treyarch's fault, or was it the PlayStation servers? Because it's making no sense at this point. What's going on, you guys? Great Disciple back with another video. Now, I'm not complaining because I've had a really good time playing the DLC. If you guys watch me in my live stream, it took me somewhere around 40 minutes to finally get in there because of this update that Treyarch had to do. It was a little ridiculous, but we finally got in there, played all 4 maps really fast, and then later on in the evening, I decided not to live stream and just focus on the gameplay and try out these new DLC maps. And I wanted to talk to you guys about them. Number one, I'm shocked because a lot of times the maps will come up in the rotation and the people in the lobby won't vote for them as if they've been playing them all day and they don't like them. I don't know what's going on, but there's one particular DLC map when it comes up, everybody votes for it, and it's not Outlaw, it's Micro. Now, I don't necessarily have anything against Micro. My biggest problem with it is how colorful it is, and I know that sounds really stupid, but I mean, it is overpowering colorful. And some of the characters blend into the colors. And I have very good vision, and sometimes I have a very difficult time finding the guys on the map. And it's funny because in the background, that's what you're watching. Me absolutely destroy this lobby. There was a team on the other side. I think it was a 4-man team, and I was running up against teams. I'm going to talk to you guys about that here in a second, but running up against teams left and right. I decided to stay in here. I'm running Wraith Hater Raps, and I knew if I just got on my streak, they wouldn't be able to stop me. And oh my goodness, hold on tight, because when you watch me call in, I think it's my 3rd Wraith, watch the kill feed. This one Wraith kills like 8 or 9 guys in a matter of 10 seconds. It is insane, but I go off on these guys. And these teams, man, they are everywhere. It's like everybody is so scared to go into these DLC maps solo. They need somebody to hold their hand. It's actually quite sad. I don't care about running up against 2 to 3 man parties, but full teams of 6, even if they're all below average, which most of them are, there's usually one dominant player within the 6. It's still so difficult to navigate on Domination when they're holding down lanes of traffic with LMGs, man. It's frustrating. And then you finally call in your streaks and they knock them out in 8 seconds because they're all running the Black Cell and L4 Siege, man. Oh, it's frustrating. Nothing wrong with the maps though. It's the players who are playing these maps. So Micro, it's not too big of a map. It's probably a mid-size. There's some pretty good flank routes. It's hard to tell what you can and cannot run on, including like wall runs, but it flows really, really well. I tend to stay on the flank that has the ice and the grill. It's my favorite route, and you'll see me flank on both sides, so you can take note of my routes. Get a lot of great kills in this one. It's a really nice gameplay. Probably my favorite map out of all of them, obviously, is going to be Outlaw, which is the standoff remake. It plays so well. My only downside to that map is the coloring in it is like that dusk, you know, when the sun's setting. It kind of makes everything difficult to see because it's got this hue, this brownish orange glow on everything, so that gets a little frustrating, but overall it plays just like Standoff. I got to play Hardpoint on it. It's the same Hardpoint rotation as they had in League Play and Black Ops 2. It's just so much fun, man. I can't wait to play that map. I want it to come up more, and it's obvious that it would be the best map out of the DLC because, I mean, look at Raid. When they remade Raid into Empire, that is arguably top 3 maps in the game. It's just beautiful and it plays perfect. Next to Standoff, I would probably vote Citadel as the best map. Now, Citadel is a huge map, but in Domination, the way they position the flags, it works really well because they're kind of close together. But I could see it being an issue in Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirm because that map is massive. The backs of the flags are huge. It's kind of like Hunted. You know how they put the flag and there's still like a quarter of the map behind the flag? It's kind of ridiculous. It's a pretty map. It reminds me a lot of the DLC map in Ghost where you could get, was it Michael Myers? Kind of that haunted map. It kind of reminds me of that, but it's fun. A 3rd favorite would be Micro, obviously, because it does have good flow. I've had a lot of fun playing. It's probably the easiest one to get a gameplay on because it's wide open where it needs to be and it's close quarters where it needs to be. Probably the best designed map. They just need to tone down those colors. Really creative though. I mean, very creative, but overwhelming. Worst map ever invented in any Call of Duty game is Rupture. This map is stupid. I mean, there's no other word for it. It should be only in a 32v32 playlist. This map is gigantic. It makes Silo from Black Ops 1 look like Nuketown. This map is huge and it's got so many levels to it. And the thing is they designed the maps for the mechs, but the mechs are so slow and they don't do anything. It's like they just, they're so lethargic. They walk at about 25% of the speed that they should be moving at the size of that map. They either need to speed up the mechs, give everybody mechs, or shrink that map, because it is insane. From now on, I just back out. You guys, I called in a hater on this map, which took me about 4 minutes to get, okay? And I called in a hater. And you know how many guys I killed off that hater? 0. I could not make it around the map fast enough to actually kill a guy because the map is so flippin' big. So I don't know. I mean, there were some really good pieces to the DLC, but some really downsides to it. And I'm noticing there's so few people playing Black Ops 3 now, and the ones that are playing as teams, which are making the DLC very unenjoyable. It's hard for somebody like me, which is why I really wish Treyarch would implement different matchmaking to where people playing in groups of 4, 5, and 6 are only paired up against people playing in groups of 4, 5, and 6 to even the playing field. And solo guys like me only go into lobbies with people with one person, 2 people, or 3 people on their team. That's the way it should be, because like I said, I mean, those 6-man parties, it's not that I can't beat them, it's really unenjoyable because of how hard I have to try, how fast they knock out my streaks, and how quickly they can take over a map because they have communication. So difficult for a player like me to flank with a team that has communication. Now, am I happy that I have the DLC? Yes. The Outlaw alone was worth it. I have only gotten to play on it one time. I went like 49 and 10 in a hard point. Micro is where I've gotten my biggest kill game. Citadel, I almost dropped a nuke. I died one off of Brutal. I joined into this lobby and I got put on a team where they were obviously a 4 or 5-man party and they were calling in hater after hater. So I mean, it was easy pickings. It's just the spawns were flipping so fast. So finally a guy spawned right behind me and killed me. Nothing I could do about it. I really wanted to get the nuclear, but it's kind of a cheap one because I would say there were 5 or 6 haters called in. It was almost a constant hater feed, which is just stupid in Hardcore Domination. But Rupture, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm sure a lot of you have played it. You guys on Xbox, as soon as that map comes up, just leave the lobby. And plus, there's a glitch in the map where the whole time you're playing, your screen will shake. And I'm not kidding you. And it's not frame rate lag, it's like the mechs are walking around so your screen just rattles the entire time. And you hear this annoying siren in the background, this the entire time. It is the most aggravating map you will ever play in Call of Duty. It should be in Battlefield. Actually, it should be in Titanfall. But I hope you guys like this gameplay in the background. Like I said, for you guys who are going to ask me about my setup, Razorback, ELO sight, stock Fastmax, Ghost, Scavenger, Dead Silence, Awareness with the Simtex. Arguably, I guarantee you, the #1 class in the entire game for Hardcore Domination. You will not beat anybody who's playing that setup. As always, if you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up button because it helps my channel. Leave a comment down below if you've been playing these DLC maps. Let me know how you feel about it. And as always, if you're new to my channel, I welcome you and I ask you to subscribe because I'm here every day. Bye.